Alright, you know, I guess, I guess, I gotta do 2 videos in order to get y'all to leave me alone. We're also at 2.32K. This is wild. We just broke 2K. So you guys are already trying to achieve a feat that, you know, like why? Cause I get it. I get it. Me being the hentai overlord, you know, I gotta be the representation of all hentai, but it's not, you know, it's not a big deal in order to you. Yeah. But let's be honest here. I know why you all came. You see it, I see it. So let's just get into it. So we last left off on Eri being introduced earlier into the show. Now into the what if. And the person who I left off on the cliffhanger, I'm going to change him. It's not going to be the person I was thinking of. They'll come in at the right moment. The person I'm going to do now is going to be Sir Nighteye. One of the goats. See, he has the power of clairvoyance. So he knows what's going to happen ahead of time. And I'll say he already looked into the future of this Izuku Midoriya. And he liked what he saw. It made him blush, you know. And also, Eri will have 2 quirks. I know what Tricky's saying. You're probably saying, oh my god, Corey. Well, you probably already know my name. Oh my god, you're making him so overpowered. You're making her so overpowered. That's not right. Well, guess what? Screw you guys. I do what I want. And for those of you who know that I love doing what I want, I'm going to just tell you her quirk. Her quirk resembles her father's. But it's a little more devilish. See, her father has the quirk called aphrodisiac mutation. It's where, you know, it mutates him to be a hentai protagonist. But Aries will be called enslavement. What her quirk does, this is why Overhaul was feeling affected. What her quirk does is it takes the most, like, male with the most testosterone. Well, not testosterone, hormones, stuff like that. And it'll make them all want to release it. Not sexually. Some guys sexually. But the host isn't the target. And once they do release it, they'll be immediately put underneath, like, a slave master contract. And they won't be able to break it. So this is something that I've been thinking of. But let's get back into the story. So, I might say what he said. And, Eri is just like, Eri, Koda, and Deku are just like thinking, wow, this is all taking a turn for the worst. So, All Might states to Nezu that he has someone he thinks he can bring in to, investigate this matter. And Nezu agrees completely and asks All Might how long will it take for him to get here. And that's when there's an immediately knock on the door. All Might then says he's already here. And just then, Sir Nighteye walks through the door. He walks through the door with a swag, with like a style, a sense of purpose in this room. And he's showing off his might, he's showing off that swagger, that pimp, the pimp named Slickback swagger. If you watch Bone Docs, you get the reference. But you know, he looks at Koda, and then he realizes that his fate has changed. He then looks at Eri and realizes that's the little girl that they were supposed to go on a mission to save from the mother, from one of the mothers. And then he looks at Deku and then realizes this kid himself single-handedly changed the future, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Who the hell is this kid? And I'll say that Night-Eye's philosophy changed way faster than in the manga, so he'd be able to... I'ma just, not say anything. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm also going to make some changes to the Naruto what if too. But just stick with me. So, well, the change will be mostly to the Kekkei Genkai. Like that Naruto possesses, it'll have a special ability for when it does conquer someone. But, yeah. So, Nighteye then begins to explain the situation that the little girl wasn't supposed to be in this timeline technically, and with her present self here, her past self has been erased. So therefore, well, with her being here, her past self has, been technically erased. And it's not a bad thing. It's more of a good thing because with her, oh, and then with her quirk, there will be 2 types of bullets that were made. With her quirks, there'd be 2 types of bullets that would be made. And the bullets would be the quirk erasing bullets and then enslavement bullets. Because I'll say she masters this enslavement quirk faster than she does her rewind. But with the help of Deku in this timeline, she'll master it faster. Don't worry. So, and that's when, Nighteye then states that in Koda's case, it's actually very, very, very weird. That just due to Izuku Midoriya's just being present and the abilities that he has, he was able to single-handedly change a quirk from what it was naturally supposed to be. That's when Nighteye then explains Koda's parents, what their quirk were. And then he also explains that Koda's quirk was supposed to be like same as his mother and father's. There's never been a quirk that allows one to produce vast amounts of riches just from, them. Yeah. Just from them, channeling the Earth's essence and then doing all that. But yeah, so that's when Nighteye, Nezu, and All Might are just looking spooked at Midoriya. Now Midoriya's not paying attention to any of this. All he's doing is just sitting there playing with Eri. Koda catches some of this, not the playing with Eri, but he catches the, stuff about what his quirk was supposed to be in all this. And he looks horrified that, Deku had that ability. That just him being present in life, he was able to do that. He then begins to speculate that his parents' death was kind of Deku's fault. And him being hunted was also Deku's fault. But then he realizes, no, that's dumb. The man who saved my life, my father now, he's the one who I'll respect to the end of time. So, the decision about what was going to happen with Eri is that, let's see. what's her name? Inko would move into a dorm in 1A. I mean, a dorm, like, I'm talking like one of the teacher. Well, Inko would move closer to 1A, like right into the like schoolyard or something like that. And she'd stay with Eri and Koda. And in the afternoon time, Deku would, go and take care of Eri and Koda. So, yeah, that would wrap up that. And now we get into the part where everyone wants to get into. Now I'm going to skip all of the bull and tell you that, and just hop straight into the juicy part. This is the UA Sports Festival, baby. Alright, so it all begins similar with Deku being told to give a speech. And the speech that Deku, when Deku gets on the podium, all of the women in the audience, in the stage, everywhere, are just gasping for breath because they don't know why this kid is so attractive. Everyone's just like saying, he's hot. The guys are like just screaming inside, he's hot! Not like femboy hot, but like, I can take your girl if I want to type hot. So, Deku then begins to state that we may not all be on the same terms. We may not all have the exact same quirk. Some of us are a little evil, while some of us have what seem like evil quirks, while others have quirks that make us near invincible gods. He says, looking directly at female Todoroki. And just then, female Bakugo says, I'm going to win this, and I'll make Deku mine and mine alone. Stupid nerd, she says, blushing. And that's when Deku immediately he activates his quirk. And when he activates his quirk, he only activates one portion of it. Like, he activates the original mutation. He activates the mutation. All for one, one for all is a quirk. But So I'd say he does have a quirk. It's just not what everybody would think. Oh, and I'm going to turn Black Whip into something different. How many of you have ever watched Tokyo Ghoul? Yeah, I'm turning it into a Kagane. I feel like it'll be more diverse. I'll be able to bring more potential out of it. So Black Whip is no longer Black Whip. It's called, I'm going to call it Kagane for right now. But you guys can give me, options in the chat, in my Discord, on Xbox. It don't matter. But yeah, so Deku then states, with his quirk activated, that I will do my best, and I hope everyone does too. Just then, all the women in the entire stadium realizes that Deku activated his quirk, they just immediately start getting horny. I'm talking full-blown levels, butt cheek clapping type horny. They all just saying, I want him so bad. Now, all for one, she's spectating this, and she feels his quirk activate all the way from where she is, and says, I need to get there immediately. So she changes her appearance, and she basically asks Kurogiri to open up a portal. And Kurogiri does, and she immediately arrives directly into the stadium. And when she sees Deku on the podium, she then begins to say, that's him. That's my beloved. I'm talking Akame got killed, the Ice Girl type stuff. Like, I don't remember her name. I have bad time with names. But a lot of you know who. I'm talking her levels of stuff. Oh, and I haven't even told you who Best Girl is, but you'll find out. Well, you guys vote on who's best girl. You know. So everything goes relatively the same. With everyone just like thinking, "Wow, this kid is gonna be some competition. I wonder what's his quirk." And just then, they say the first thing that's going to happen is an obstacle course. So Deku's already unlocked this ability. It's called. I'm just change it cause I forgot. It's called Godspeed. Okay, but it's not the Godspeed you're all thinking of, because I have to make it some way horny. So I'm gonna call it Perverts Electricity. There we go. Yeah. So it allows him to amp up his body, but then when he's in the vicinity range of a woman, he lets off. If she gets zapped by it, her like ovaries won't explode, but they'll start to, it'll be like 22 vibrators in her at once, going at max speed. It'll be like some Shimonetta boob jewel scene with the vibrator in Anna's breast. But yeah, so the one who breaks the ice down, is not Deku. It's female Kaminari. Now she punches the wall. I mean the wall of ice, and female Shigaraki starts to decay the rest of it. And just then, both of them like fist bump each other and then blow a kiss to Deku. Deku, at this point is just unfazed. He says, "I can't let the girls get in my way. I can't let them distract me." And just then, his Kagane appears. But he's doing something different. I'll say he has 4 at the moment. 2 on both sides. He entangles them together and wraps them around his arms, to break the friction, because that's one of the downsides of the move he's finna use. The quirk he's finna use. And out of nowhere, out of thin fucking air, he does it. He zooms. No one sees him. But all the women in that small, compact area just feel it. And they immediately just start busting out in tears, saying, "I can't take it. I can't take it. This amount of pleasure, I can't take it." Some are moaning, some are screaming, some are just like masturbating on the spot. They don't care. Some of them are just getting butt wild. But yeah, what time do I got? Ooh. I'm gonna leave it off here. Sorry guys, but gotta keep the hentai overlord in business. And the best way is... Oh, and then someone asked, how far will I do this? I think I'll do it all the way up to... I don't really know, because, a lot of you like this series, and I'm not even gonna lie, I like it too. So, we'll get there when we get there. But other than that, have a blessed, pervy day. From yours truly, Hentai Overlord.